Like once you realize you got to balance the budget, birth and death, and like shit, man, you can save a lot of money, like not saving people, right? So like anyway, so we got to think of the easy answer, like what's pleasant, man? Like the Nazi shit's kind of like not so pleasant, right? So like drunk driving, fuck it, man. Some idiot wants to kill himself. Yeah, so he takes out a few innocent people. God said it ain't really innocent. Like basically, God decides. He's got his own. So like, here's another thing. You listen to the Song of the Green Beret, right? And it says, make my son a Green Beret, right? So there's nothing wrong with this model, which is like die young and have a kid, right? I mean, not all the ones that die don't have kids, right? So there's nothing wrong with this model. Like, there's glory in that, right? A king is what's the word? Negligent. If he's not providing an opportunity for glory. Like, you look at the First Crusade, what did they do? They emptied the prisons, and all the seventh sons and stuff, the ones that are screwed, they're like, oh man, we got the first son got the wealth, and like the seventh son, he's pretty much screwed. So they're like eager for opportunity, right? So the king's got to provide opportunity, right? Like, you look at the Wild West, it was like, there's hope, there's opportunity, there's something, you know. Maybe most people don't succeed. The gold rush, right? You look at the gold rush, causes optimism. Yeah, most of them don't get it, but like you got a duty as a king to like create these opportunities, you know, or some shit. You're being negligent, so like fuck it. God said sports are homo, tackle a horse. So like the Nazis just had like an angel of death. Okay, you're ugly, bang, you're cool, you live. That's kind of fucked up, you know, like some human doing it. The knights in Camelot, they believed the trial of arms, you know what I mean? You let God decide, right? Like, you have a combat, whoever wins is the one that God wanted, you know. Sometimes they get lucky or something, right? So like when the Irish during the famine or something, during the Civil War, a bunch of Irish immigrated, right? And they took them right off the boat and put them into the Civil War trenches, right? So they were like slaughtering the Irish, right, in the trenches and stuff. But at least they got a fighting chance, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of them lived, right? 50% or something, right? So like, God said sports are homo, tackle a horse. You know, the Romans had a Colosseum, and they had kind of a culture of death. And like, if we really do if we take this seriously, we really do gotta reduce population, you know, maybe you gotta like normalize it, you know, like Rome had a culture of death, you know, it was like normal, like that is the way to operate, you know. I guess you get used to it, right? I don't know, it's pretty weird, man. Let's go watch gladiators and shit, man. That's a way you can do it, you know. That was a culture, you know. And like if we really do gotta reduce population, you can do that shit. God said sports are homo, tackle a horse. So like if you wanted to get the public psyched up for it, you know, let's say you got some vile people, like let them fight it out, man. The alternative is like a gas chamber or something, right? An angel of death or whatever, or like starting a war. Like, you really want to? Like, it's kind of fucked up starting a war. We got the weapons and shit, but like you know, what if you start? Give them a chance, fight it in a gladiator thing, get psyched up. I don't know. These are options. It's kind of brutal. I really don't like that. Death is awful, right? But like, you got to get used to it. I mean, like, if that's what we really got to do, you got to get psyched up for it. Holy fuck, man! Watching gladiators, isn't that bonkers? But like, that was normal, you know what I'm saying? That's a way you can operate, and it's entirely within the realm of human species, and you know. And God said sports are homo, tackle a horse. So